Merry Christmas from your Avon Lady, Teresa Cry, and I'm getting ready to celebrate my 35th anniversary this January 2nd, 2026. So I just want to take you on a little holiday memory lane trip with my Avon for the past 35 years. So let me turn the camera around and show you. In my 35 years of Avon, I've achieved a lot of fantastic achievements that's just really make me happy. These Mrs. Albies, they're not made anymore. And you got those when you sold $10,000 in a fiscal year. That was my first Mrs. Albie ever when I celebrated my 3rd anniversary. This was my first Honor Society cup, selling $20,000 or more. And I have several of those. They don't make these anymore. And then my one and only rose circle plate when I sold $38,000. That was way too much work. A lot of these are all leadership trophies, and I had too many and had to just put out my favorite because it cracked my shelves. But these are my favorite. I never thought I would get one of these. These are national awards. So 3 times I ranked nationally. I think my first ever was I've done a 14 and a 7 and a 4. 4 was my highest, so I'm looking to do that again. But I was on a girls' trip, and I was in one of those little thrift shops, and I found this catalog, and I remember selling from this catalog. Who remembers Elizabeth Taylor? And this was back in, let's see, Campaign 24 in 1993. No, I sold in 1991. So imagine these prices back then. This Elizabeth Taylor necklace, look at that. Back then, $250. Could you imagine what that is worth today? I did not buy that. But look at these. Oh, man, they're so pretty. But so that was a whole era ago, wasn't it? So I wanted to show you some of the Christmas decorations. I bought this set for my mom, and when she passed, she still had it in her jewelry box. Let's see. Oh, my mom loved this ring. She wore this ring so much, I had to order a couple of more because she wore them out. And she had this one, and she had that one. Those were fun. I remember selling those. Let's see. All right, we're getting to the Christmas ornaments here. All right, so this one, I have this one on the tree. So we're going to look for it in a minute. Okay, so let's remember the teddy bear on the sleigh. I have this one, Santa in front of the fireplace. Like, I would have gotten all of them, but, back in the day, I could only afford one. Let's see. And then I have all 3 of these cats, so we'll be looking for those. And I have this tiger, so we have to look for that one. And let's see, anything else from the holiday collection? I had that. My mom had that. Remember the plates? Okay, let's see. Do I have any of those? Nope. My daughter still has one of her dolls. Okay. I think that's it. Yes. Okay, so now let's see which one of these ornaments are Avon. We're going to start over here. And let's see. Oh, this one's Avon. The gold angel with the trumpet. And the reindeer. That's Avon. There's like 3 of these little candies. They're Avon. Oh, the Christmas tree. That's Avon. So that must have been a set. The tree, the reindeer, and the angel. And this was my most favorite set, and one of my children broke one of them after all these years. I'm so sad. Look how pretty these are. they're glass. They're so pretty. Ah, the other one was like a round ball. Let's see. Oh, here's the tiger. And then, oh, so we talked about, did we show you that? Okay, okay, now I'm getting all excited. We have the shoes. And here's another shoe. And they had matching purses. So with this blue shoe was this blue purse. And this pink booty came with this pink purse. They're very heavy. It was very hard trying to find a branch to hold those. These crochet bells are Avon. Here's the Santa one. That's Avon. Can you hear all my needles falling? Jeez, I have water on it, I promise. This is Avon from a while ago. There's the cat. There's one cat with the mirror. And then the Siamese cat. Oh, and then we have the cat in the hat box. When my husband and I first started dating, it was in 1994, and Avon came out with this ornament that year, and they didn't have another one since then, and it says, "Our first Christmas together." Unfortunately, it cracked, but fortunately, he's a perfectionist, and he glued it back together, so you can't even tell. All right, so then there was a time when Avon was doing Lennox. So this is one of my Lennox ornaments. Isn't that pretty? And then this is Lennox, the snowflake. And this little angel is Lennox. So those go up high. This is Avon. Avon. Let's see, did we find that Santa yet? Oh, here's another little candy. And, oh, my kids are always arguing about this. They only came out with 3 of these. It's perfect. So it says Mom's favorite. And it says firstborn, Mom's favorite, middleborn. And then there's another one. Where'd it go? Maybe it fell in the tree. But it says lastborn. And, of course, the kids always had to fight which ornament went on top. So that was always fun. I think this is Avon. No, that's G Street, sorry. My other favorite store. Let's see. But I think this one was Avon. And my poor little Scuppers. He lived to 19. All right, here's another little candy from Avon. And I think that is it for the ornaments. And then these candlesticks are from Avon. I don't even know how long old those are. Well, they're over 25 years old. I had those longer than my daughter. These little houses are Avon. And then these white trees are Avon. And I knocked over my deer and broke off the antlers. So I'm trying to make it look like that's the female deer. And then let's see. That white arch thing is Avon. And then you probably can't see it, but there's these die cut like metal 4 scenes. Those are Avon. And yes, all Avon. So I've gotten lazy. I don't put batteries in them. I just usually put Christmas lights behind them. And then, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. And then these are my favorite Christmas items from Avon. Since I'm an empty nester now, I didn't want to do all the work myself. This one, I think, was around 1992. This was probably like 92, 93. They're just gorgeous. And then let me see if I can turn them on right quick. Da, da, da. See, I've gotten lazy. I don't want to do all the batteries. That was my youngest kid's job, was to put the 89 batteries and all the decorations. So this one used to have water, but it said turn on, then add water, or add water and then turn it on, and I did it in the wrong order and I broke it. But look how gorgeous this is. I sold about a dozen of these. I took it to work and put it in the break room, and I got orders all the time. The little greenhouse of the Christmas trees, and the snow globe, That one, it doesn't, I think I wound it too tight. You know, when jewelry boxes, you wind them too tight. This one I sold a lot of. The tree goes around and around, but now that I'm older, it's too noisy. And then we got the little Santa store window and the snowman, and then a little village scene down there. And then with this Avon, these are really pretty. They light up. The Santa and the Nutcracker, and these are really old. And that gold tree, and that tree has the glitter that goes around the side, and the white one, and then the Santa truck. I love those things. And then the, how do you say, the piece de riance? Is that how you say that? This is my favorite. This is Lennox. Look how gorgeous this is. So from my family to your family, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.